for our keynote address. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to gather a lot of insights around the rise of financial democracy in India, a Fintech odyssey, and we have the august presence of our guest of honor, none other than Shri Shaktikanta Das, Governor, Reserve Bank of India.
Great to see the auditorium so full. We are overwhelmed with your responses, and I must.
Now, this is truly amazing, seeing so many of you participating in this event, and I have been informed that this is 3 times that of last year's participation, and considering that last year was the first year when this Global Fintech Festival was held in the physical mode here in this hall, and this time is the second year where it is being held, and it's industry's total revenue. These projections underscore the increasing significance of the Indian fintech sector. Technological innovation by the fintechs are the result of the interplay between 3 things: 1. Digital public infrastructure, 2. Institutional arrangements, and 3. Policy initiatives. These key elements help foster a conducive environment for nurturing creative ideas and promoting new technologies, which lead to beneficial and impactful changes in the financial services sector. Let me now, 10 billion transactions for over 15 trillion rupees value were carried out in August 23. The total number is steadily rising. India's technology stack has accelerated digitalization through mobile phones and internet, identity system, data sharing rails, that is the account aggregator framework, payment rails, and universalization of bank accounts.
Das, Mr. Mahapatra, yes, it's really great to be here. But this session is not about speeches. This session is about seeing the extraordinary technology built by NPCI, and we're going to see these demonstrations. And I think we all agree that NPCI is a crown jewel of India's technology sector.
Hello, Nandan sir. Hello, Mahapatra sir. Hello, GFF. Hello, India. Hello, UPI.
Okay.
Alexa, is the bill paid?
Your bill payment is done. This transaction was powered by Bharat Bill Pay.
But that's an easy problem to solve.
And we have a solution for that. Let's chat and do an electricity bill payment.
Well, that's interesting. I have my WhatsApp open.
Yes. Go to the Bill Connect nationalized number. Say hi. Select your category. Select the biller.
Just give me a second. I need.
Oh, you need the cameraman for that. Meanwhile, Bill Pay Connect is a nationalized number held by Bharat Bill Pay, which is making everyone's life easy and convenient to be able to pay bills through chat, through IVR, and any mode requested by the customer. And while Rizwan fetches the bill, let's see what happens. Do you get the customer details?
I'll be getting the summary of the bill back onto the chat.
Yes.
There's the summary of the bill, and now I can select my favorite payments app to make the payment.
Yes, please.
I've selected the app. I hope I have sufficient balance in my account. And it was that simple.
Easy and simple.
If you don't have the network, still UPI payments will go through. Network नहीं मिलेगा तो भी UPI चलेगा. Then we're going to be taking the second use case as we move along. The first use case, he's opened up the app, tapped on the tap button, scanned the QR and the transaction is successful. Open the scan QR, scan the chroma QR here. See on the middle screen is very clearly the transaction flow. Open the app.
Biggest opportunity still lies in what I said in the beginning. It lies in access. I think the fundamental unfairness in our nation as well as many other parts of the world is unequal access. And just think about UPI today, right? We're all very proud of how it's scaled, what it's done. But if you don't have a smartphone, you are not digitally literate in lines Ramesh was pointing out, or you have challenges with the set of languages that are supported today by the most popular applications, you're locked out of that ecosystem, right? And so I think the fundamental role of technology over the next few years, and I would hazard not just over the next 5 years, but maybe over the next few decades, will be about eliminating this unequal access like over and over again. It could be devices, it could be language, it could be comprehension, it could be all sorts of things. But at each stage, that is what we
Who are staying back for this particular session, let me tell you the entire theme around digital financial inclusion.
These models have been quite robust. It's time that the insurance industry reinvents itself into a more dynamic, more proactive, more responsive and tech-led avenue to cater to the need of 140 crore Indians and their businesses, and also at the same time become future ready. The world is becomers would demand highly personalized offerings. For instance, drivers would like to see how their insurance costs fluctuate minute by minute, depending on the route that they travel, the state of the roads that they undertake their journey, the way they drive, and all of this will encourage them to drive more safely and also parallelly save on the insurance costs. Insurance opportunities to grab. Indian insurance space today offers market, it offers demand, and as well as a strong potential for growth. The Indian insurance story is filled with optimism, openness, and opportunities. The time has come to reimagine insurance as a very dependable instrument at the time of need. This is a noble cause. This is the solution for the distressed times. Insurance provides stability, provides strength to stand up again after an unwanted, uncertain happening. We are in this together, and we have to join together to work forward in achieving the objective of universal insurance coverage, which shall result into sustained growth and development of our country. And ladies and gentlemen, insurance for all by 2047 is very much a possibility. And 2047 is just the outer limit. Let us strive together to make this reality very soon. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
How is the regulatory environment in India enabling fintech companies to go global? What are some of the pros that you see, and if there is any con?
When you go for a morning walk, I don't know how many of you go here, outside the park, there are people selling juices. Have anyone tried here in the audience? I see some hands behind. What are the kind of juices? Do you get an apple juice or a beer in the morning? No, right? What do you get? Karela juice, carrot juice, a spinach juice. What are these for? Okay, detox is a better polished word, but to cleanse yourself and to maintain a healthy system. That's what our regulator and our finance ministry does for all of us. There's a little bit of better policy required to maintain the right healthy ecosystem. And AI was always there for a very long time. It is just being given new names now, AI, generative AI, machine learning. So machine learning, and before that also there were other learning technologies, and now we are saying that LLM, the large language models. But if you look at it, it's today still very binary, and it solves only to an extent largely for very small applications and use cases.
Through across India's technology space more generally. And Australian entrepreneurs are also some of the world's most innovative. And I think Fintech is a fantastic example of how Australian and Indian companies can work together to serve a market here of almost 1 billion internet users in what will be a digital economy that will soon be worth over $1 trillion US. And with figures like that, I think it's absolutely not surprising to see why there's so much enthusiasm and interest at GFF this year. And I think that
there I talked about health claims exchange. So building similar shared infrastructure, digital public goods in various verticals is clearly the opportunity, and we need to build this. So this is the transformation of an industry, right? And you need to think at that level, which is why government has to be part of this journey. Regulators will have to be part of the journey, and you have to think a little bit longer term and make it happen in that way. So I'm very sure that vertical by vertical we will see each of these industries being transformed.
That adds a different element. Traditionally, we've had an issue where women are not part of the workforce, or that number's dipping. That's what the numbers seem to show. But here we could be changing the story.
Yeah, so look, I'm going to go against the grain a little bit, because historically how as Indians we have looked at consumers below a certain per capita income threshold has always been with the lens of what I would call charity. But increasingly we've seen that consumers or micro market consumers who are just coming onto the threshold of better per capita income levels become self-serving markets of their own and self-generating in a sense. So now let me build on this theme of diversity which you just picked up. See, out of this very large banking network, we have a disproportionate share of women. So we all know the labor force participation rates, we all know the contribution of women in the rural economy, but roughly 20% of our banking network is actually run by women. And there are some interesting data-driven facts which I want to share. Firstly, they are more active and their age on the network is higher than a traditional banking agent of ours. Because their transaction levels are higher, they actually earn more than a traditional BC agent. And the simple insight underlying this is that they are actually trusted far, far more than anybody else in the community. Now, not only are they actually offering banking services, these agents are actually themselves also entering what I call the first few steps of financial security. Our analysis tends to indicate that these women also have recently upgraded to a smartphone, and they have opened a savings bank account in their own name with Airtel Payments Bank, where they keep their...
All stories are unfolding in tier 5, tier 6 and even smaller places.
That's right. Predominantly, I would say our rural story is tier 4, 5, 6. And of course, we've got an even, or I would say equally compelling narrative playing out in metro and urban for a reason we couldn't have anticipated, let's say 5, 6 years back. But if you will, I'm very happy to share that. The fact of the matter is that in urban India, people are increasingly demanding and wanting a secondary bank account. They want a secondary bank account because they don't want to expose their main bank account to digital frauds, and therefore they want payment account, and now you have layers and layers of this needs emerging for secondary accounts. They want a separate transaction statement for micropayments. They want a secondary account because they don't want their main account to be compromised. And a new emerging sub-trend is coming out. There's a site called Reddit, which I follow quite closely, and there's a sub-thread called scams. One of the recommendations in that scam sub-thread on Reddit seems to be that in India, you open a secondary account and use it for transactions because your main account could get frozen anytime, because right now, police in any state can claim a freeze on your bank account in any other state. So you have no control over it whatsoever.
I would like to invite the fintech leaders to the state of Odisha to explore the unmatched talents and unlimited opportunities being offered by one most financial prudent state. Once again, I express my thanks to the organizers for organizing such a mega event. I can say the Global Fintech Festival is not just a conference, it is a testament to the fact that the world of finance is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and technology is the heart of this transformation. Fintech is not just an industry, it is a force that is reshaping economies, businesses, and the lives of individuals across the globe. I am confident that Global Fintech Festival will play an important role in augmenting our efforts and develop a roadmap for the fintech industries in the country. New ideas will emerge through interactions and lead to development of more innovative startups and fintech solutions. I see a great transformative potential in the fintech space and request everyone present over here to join us in embracing the fintech revolution for a brighter future of our country and the state. I wish this event all success. Jai Hind, Jai Jagannath, Vande Utkalanjani.